Hello everyone, how you doing? It's Jordan here. Now today we've got a review of OshiRabu, Waifu over Husbandos plus Love or Die. Bit of a mouthful. This review was written by the lovely Katie Pajamas. Go follow her on Twitter with the links in the description. These are her words, not mine. Let's see what she thinks of this Yuri visual novel. Subscribe and hit that bell button. It will be the best thing you do today. Sometimes you may find yourself asking the age-old question of, is there anything better than a waifu? Well, if you're in the mood for a game surrounding waifus and all that comes with them, then look no further than OshiRabu, Waifus over Husbandos plus Love or Die. Shortened going forward to just OshiRabu because good grief, it's a long name. OshiRabu is a Yuri visual novel where you are put in the role of Akuru Hayayoshi, a woman living on her own who is obsessed with her husbando from a mobile gacha game series that she struggles to have any lucky pulls from. That is until she meets the infamously lucky Ren Furutachi, who in a moment of confusion believes that Akuru is proposing marriage to her and instantly falls in love. What follows is probably one of the cutest Yuri visual novels that I've read so far. Developed by Sukera Sumero, it's currently $39.99 digitally on the eShop or your regional equivalent, or you can buy it physically with English from our friends at Play Asia. It is a Japanese cartridge, but it does have English on the cartridge, so it's fine for import, and if you do import it, you support V in Paradise at the same time. It's also two games in one, technically, with the first part of the story being Waifus over Husbandos and the follow-up being Love or Die. In the first part of our story, Waifus over Husbandos, we open with Akuru Hayayoshi feeling down on her luck, especially when it comes to trying to pull the newest special edition of her favorite husbando in her favorite mobile gacha game. While pondering her bad lot in life, she meets Ren Furutachi, a college student whose luck knows no bounds and who solves Akuru's woes immediately. However, Ren and Akuru run into a misunderstanding when Ren mistakenly believes that Akuru is proposing to her when Akuru's actually proposing to one of her many 2D men because, why not? Ren then proceeds to force her way into living with Akuru and letting her know that she's in love with her and doesn't plan on leaving anytime soon. Their relationship only grows from here and meanders into a cute, well-written story with several different endings to choose from. There's not a lot of heavy romance to be found in its first half, but it has a couple of tender moments to look forward to. When you get to the second part of the story, Love or Die, if you don't want any spoilers, then skip ahead like 20 seconds, okay? Yeah, so in this part, Ren and Akuru are on their way to getting married. Akuru still doesn't know that she's fully ready for this commitment, while Ren is 100% involved and in deep with the wedding planning. However, while all the planning is going on, in the background, someone is trying their best to sabotage the wedding and do everything they can to stop it from happening. It felt like a solid follow-up to Waifus over Husbandos, and I enjoyed it just as much as the first half, especially since this one had a few spicier scenes to it. Each game took around 3 hours to complete, and while this felt a bit short for the price, I still found myself feeling satisfied with the whole package after completing it. The characters all mesh so well even despite how different they are. Akuru is portrayed to be an extremely involved otaku who spends every penny on merchandise that supports the characters and games she's obsessed with. She's hilariously blunt in conversations, but despite this, has a relatable emotional journey as she discovers her feelings. Since she's not good at expressing emotions, however, it does make her character somewhat frustrating as you must watch Ren pine over Akuru and Akuru appear to be rather nonchalant about it. Speaking of Ren, she is a character brimming with confidence and is written to be very comfortable with who she is. Her arc is both confusing and funny, which makes her very likable despite the raging jealousy she gets every time Akuru speaks about or with another woman. There are a few side characters we get to meet, but my favorite is definitely Shino, Akuru's best friend, whose dry and biting humor hits just the right way where every time she was in the scene, I knew I was in for some good dialogue. Lastly, we're introduced in Love or Die to Ira, who is Ren's best friend from middle school and harbors a secret that I won't spoil for anyone that wants to play the game. I will say though, her addition adds a new element to other character dynamics that wasn't present in the first game that helped make the experience feel fresh. Character design and CG quality were one of my favourite parts of this game. The art for all of the characters is beautifully drawn and looks so crisp and appealing. I couldn't stop admiring how gorgeous both Ren and Akuru looked in every CG they were in. The background design was also a nice touch, as it's all very cute and fits the art style very well. The music, however, felt somewhat forgettable and didn't stick with me as much as other VN musics tend to. It's not bad and doesn't detract from the game's overall quality, but it doesn't stand out as much as I would have liked. So what could be better? While my experience with the game is a positive one, there is one small thing that I wish was done better. The story does at times feel a bit shallow in that not a whole lot of detail is added. It felt like a lot was glossed over. It occasionally skips great chunks of time and leaves the reader to fill many blanks themselves. It's not that I'm wanting every piece of in-game day explained, but when it suddenly jumps from one conversation ending to a different place with no connection or warning, I felt a little lost. The good thing is, the story works and makes sense, so even if sometimes there were pieces missing and more could have been added, I was still able to pick up what was going on. Overall, I really didn't know what to expect from this game, but now that it's over, I have to say I really do like it. The art is gorgeously drawn, the story, while a little shallow, is told well, and the addition of both games in one combo pack is a good set, as some of the smaller things that I think were lacking in the first half were solved with the addition of the Love or Die sequel. The price does feel a little bit high for only 6 hours worth of visual novel with not a huge amount of replayability, but if you're looking for a cute, short Yuri VN, this is one you'll want to keep an eye on. A 7 out of 10. Alright, many thanks to Keiichi Pajamas for writing this review for us. As always, go check her out on Twitter with the links in the description. And if you want to order this yourself, if you want to order it physically, keep it forever, maybe sell it on once you're finished with those 6 hours of Yuri goodness, then check the links in the description too, because that's where you can purchase it and support VN Paradise at the same time. Go check out some of our other stuff. We've got a lot of VN lovely stuff. And remember, subscribe and hit that bell button. It will be the best thing you do today.